Today we're checking out the Hovsco GTRS moped style e-bike. And by the way, quick little disclaimer, Hovsco, they did send me this e-bike for review. They didn't pay me for this video, they didn't tell me what to say, and they don't get to see this video beforehand. All opinions about this e-bike are my own. Now, the Hovsco GTRS comes with a 750-watt rear hub motor that can peak up to 1,500 watts, has 90 newton meters of torque with an advertised top speed of 32 miles an hour, which I will be testing. Has a 48-volt, 15-amp-hour battery, has an advertised range of 65 miles with pedal assist, has 5 pedal assist modes, dual 180mm hydraulic brakes, 20 by 4-inch fat tires, and the bike comes in at 72 pounds in weight with the battery installed, and it can carry a weight capacity of 450 pounds. All right, we're going to do a quick little speed test. It's my first time on this. I do already notice that I need to adjust the hydraulic brakes on the front and the rear. The rear needs to be maybe a little bit more oil added to it. The front one, I think that the caliper is a little bit misaligned, but we'll give it a go and see how fast that she goes compared to GPS, if it's correct or not. I'm in pedal assist number 5. Right now we're showing 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, kind of teetering on 29. I will say having hydraulic brakes is fantastic because these things, they just come to a stop so fast. Now, the interesting thing about this moped style is that it is a very short wheelbase. Now, all the other e-bikes that I've ridden before have got a longer wheelbase. I guess the longest one being the Sonata Mayer series. And this one here is super, super short, but it also makes it very nimble, and it kind of gives you that dirt bike feel. And I'll talk about the Class 3 rating on this bike because it comes with a sticker on it down here on the bottom that says that it's a Class 2 rated bike, and that's exactly the way that it comes, Class 2 rated. But I watched Patrick's video from Lodo Tech, and I'll put a link to his channel down below. You definitely have to check it out. He does a lot of e-bike reviews, and he happened to review this bike a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about that there's an app on the website for this bike, and when you download the app, you can unlock it from Class 2 to Class 3, which, of course, me being the speed demon that I am, that's the first thing I had to do after assembly. And I'll talk a little bit more about assembly of this bike too, a little bit later on. But right now it's just a first test ride just to see how it does with its top speed, also how it feels. It does have front shocks up front, but they're not adjustable. You can't lock them out. But it does have a mid-frame shock, which is very, very nice. And I will say that the seat that comes with this bike is super, super comfortable. I just wish that, I'm 6'6", so I have absolutely no ability to pedal, basically, because my legs, I don't get even halfway extension on them. But it's still an interesting bike nonetheless. You would definitely use this more as a conventional e-bike. And let's take it here through some of the hilly area. See how it does. Let's go up this big hill here. Yep, absolutely no problem. Don't have to pedal, don't have to give it any assistance at all. Handles it no problem at all. And the ride is actually surprisingly good considering that the front shocks are not adjustable on this. If you hear that ticking sound, that's the front caliper. I need to recenter it and get it centered correctly because part of the edge is touching, I believe, the discs on it. It's got 180 millimeter disc brakes, hydraulic powered. Here's a good little hill that we can check out. Watch my head. It goes right up this hill, no problem. 16, 17, big bump. Didn't bottom out. That actually was pretty good. Because on the OneBot T6F, it does not have adjustable shocks, but when I hit that little bump, it always bottoms out and you can hear that clunking sound. This bike definitely likes to scoot. Good feel. I like the width of the handlebars on it. It's comfortable. I wish the seat was a little bit higher, considering I am 6'6". I'm using the pedals more like you would foot pegs on a conventional dirt bike. See, that's how I know that the caliper needs to be adjusted. So if you listen to the caliper, if I grip down on the brake, that noise goes away. And it does give you an indication whenever that you're hitting the brakes. It does light up on the screen. I don't know how well it's going to be picked up by the camera. But that's a speed test of this GTRS moped style e-bike. 750 watt rear hub motor, 1500 watt peak. Well, taking a ride on this Hovsco, and I will tell you, for a kind of looks like a little mini dirt bike. This thing is a blast to drive. 4-inch knobby wide tires. It'll get up to 30 miles per hour just about. I'm sure if somebody was a little bit thinner and lightweight than what I am, I'm 6'6", so the bike is a little bit small for me. But this should accommodate a 6-foot rider, a 6'2", a little bit better than for me because the pedal stroke is very short on this. So I'm just using this as all electric mode right now. But I will tell you, it's very responsive. It's got no problems going up and down little hills, traveling around. I will say one thing, the ride is exceptionally smooth on this thing. Now, the front forks on this are not adjustable, and you can't lock them out, but it does have some decent travel to it, and they don't bottom out very easy. But the big thing for me is the mid-frame shock. That makes this ride so much more comfortable, and then you've got to add in the fact that you've got a really nice, soft cushion, long seat on this. So me being 6'6", I can actually scoot my butt back a little bit further, and it's very comfortable. And you know, all the kids seem to have these moped style, or I can't say moped, I guess like a little motorcycle looking style e-bikes now. If this one was a little bit larger, I would like it. Now on pedal assist 5, that's where you can get up to 30 miles per hour, but that's only if you unlocked the speed governor on it, kind of like a hack. But you can do that when you download the app for this bike, And once it syncs up in Bluetooth, then you've got the ability to go in and change it from class 2 to class 3. A lot of the kids are getting these e-bikes that are capable of going 40, 50 miles per hour. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm all about having fun, but when it's a teenager that's 12 to 14 years old driving an e-bike or riding an e-bike that can go 50 miles an hour, yeah, I don't think that they've got the experience or the brain smarts to cope with that. Now, that's not to offend anybody. I mean, my daughter's 14, and I wouldn't put her on an e-bike, and I think that she's very intelligent, but she doesn't have enough experience under her belt to deal with it. I mean, right now I'm going 20 miles per hour, and as you can see on the sidewalk, I'm scooting along, and that's still 10 miles per hour less than what this e-bike is actually capable of. I will say this thing is a blast to ride. The battery life, you know, they claim, what is it, 40 or 60 miles to a full charge. It's not going to happen, at least not with my rider weight, number one. And it's also not going to happen if you're driving around in pedal assist number 5, because you're going to burn through the battery a lot quicker. Now, this is my third full charge on the battery, and what I've averaged is anywhere between 18 to 21 miles, and that's the most that I could get out of this e-bike. So a quick little walk around the bike. Like I said, it's got a nice large headlight up front. You've got plastic fenders on it. You've got these Chow Yang fat tires, 4-inch by 20. Like I said, hydraulic brakes. It's got a 7-speed Shimano shifter, your display, your control panel, and once again, hydraulic brakes. These are nice handles. They're very grippy on it. Here's your battery, and there's your cassette, Shimano cassette. Comes with the rear fender as well as plastic. Here's that mid-frame shock I was talking about that I really do like because it does help with the ride. And here's that comfortable seat. This thing is just great. But like I said, I'm 6'6", so pedal travel is just a little bit short for me on this. You've got the front shocks that are non-adjustable, but like I said, it's got a good amount of travel on this, and I haven't bottomed out yet, so that's a good thing. And when you turn the headlight on, so headlights on, and if you're wondering if the light is bright enough, let's take a look. Yeah, definitely bright enough. You can see you got the rear tail light that comes on. You hit the brakes and the brakes will flash, and with a double tap of the plus button, you see on the screen it's shooting off to the right, which lets you know it's the right blinker. And if you double tap on the minus, it's the left side. So what do I think about this Hovsco GTRS? I like it. I think it's a really cool e-bike. If you're 6'2" or 6 foot, this will be a really fun riding bike. If it's for your teenager that you're thinking about getting it, keep it in class 2. So a big thank you to Hovsco for sending me out the GTRS for review. Nice little moped style e-bike. Definitely go off-roading with that one. I just wish it was a little bit bigger. If it had, I don't know, if the frame was bigger and it still had 20-inch tires, I'd be okay with it. But if it had 24 or 26-inch tires with a bigger frame to where it was more of a motorcycle size, that would be perfect for me. But otherwise, I have to grade this bike on who it's made for. And it's not made for gigantors like me. But for the people that it is made for, really good bike. The build quality is great on it. Assembling it was super easy. All the welds are really nice on this bike. Just overall a really, really nice bike.